Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to explore an often overlooked yet pivotal player on the world stage, Belgium. While it may be a small country in size, its contributions and experiences throughout history have been nothing short of monumental. So join me as we delve into the hidden depths of Belgian history, uncovering stories that have shaped not only Belgium itself, but the wider world. The origins of Belgium can be traced back to the 5th century BC, when the region was inhabited by Celtic tribes. The area was known as Belga or Belgium, which referred to a collection of independent tribes rather than a unified nation. These tribes spoke a common language and shared cultural similarities, but were politically fragmented. One notable tribe was the Belgies, who lived in what is now southern Belgium and northern France. They were known for their fierce independence and military prowess, resisting Roman expansion into their territory for centuries. However, by the 1st century AD, most of Belgium had fallen under Roman rule, becoming part of the Roman province of Gallia Belgica. Roman influence brought about significant changes to the region. Cities like Brussels, Tongeren, and Amos grew and prospered. Roman roads were constructed, facilitating trade and communication. Latin, the language of the Romans, became widely spoken, laying the foundation for the later development of French and Dutch, which would dominate in the region. Christianity also took root during this period. Saints like Saint Gertrude and Saint Ramoclis played a crucial role in converting the local population. However, the tranquility of Roman rule did not last. In the late 4th century, Germanic tribes began migrating into Gaul, driven by the Huns. One such tribe were the Franks, who eventually established a kingdom in the region. By the 5th century, the Frankish king Clovis I extended his dominion over much of modern-day Belgium, laying the foundation for the future kingdom of the Franks. As the Frankish kingdom grew in power and influence, Belgium found itself at the heart of a new political entity. The Battle of Tours, a decisive Frankish victory over the Alemanni, secured the Lower Rhine as the northern boundary of the kingdom. This victory not only established security along the northern border, but also marked a significant step towards consolidating Frankish rule. It also set the stage for the emergence of powerful Frankish kings, such as Dagobert I, who reigned from 629 to 639. Under his rule, the kingdom reached its zenith, extending from the North Sea to the Danube River. During this period, major cities like Brussels and Bruges experienced significant growth, becoming important economic and cultural centers. But this golden age did not last. Internal strife and external pressures gradually eroded the Frankish realm. By the 8th century, the Frankish Empire was divided among 3 of Charlemagne's grandsons, marking the beginning of a new era in Belgian history. The region that we know today as Belgium became part of the Middle Kingdom of Lotharingia, named after its first ruler, King Lothar I Lotharingia, was situated in the heart of the former Carolingian Empire, sharing borders with the kingdoms of Neustria in the south. The central location gave Lotharingia a strategic importance, placing it at the crossroads of trade routes and cultural exchanges. While initially enjoying a degree of autonomy, Lotharingia's history was marked by external influences and shifting allegiances. Following the Treaty of Verdun in 843, which divided the empire among Charlemagne's heirs, the region found itself at the center of a power struggle between the emerging kingdoms of France and Germany. Over the next centuries, Lotharingia was repeatedly contested and parceled out by various rulers, including the Holy Roman Emperor Otto I, who incorporated it into a larger imperial domain in the 10th century. This turbulent period culminated in the Treaty of Aachen in 962, which finally designated the eastern portion of Lotharingia as part of the German kingdom, setting the stage for the region to become known as the Low Countries and eventually Belgium. Despite these political shifts, the people of what we today call Belgium remained steadfast in their identity and cultural continuity. This spirit of unity and resilience would continue to shape the region's trajectory, laying the groundwork for its eventual emergence as an independent nation in the 19th century. As the Low Countries developed, they inherited the cultural legacy of the Roman Empire. Romanesque architecture left its mark with structures like the Church of St. Bavo in Haarlem. The Gothic style later dominated with masterpieces like the Cathedral of Our Lady in Bruges. These architectural marvels not only showcased the region's wealth and power, but also served as a testament to the enduring influence of Roman culture. Furthermore, during the medieval period, the Low Countries became renowned for their artistic achievements. The likes of Peter Bruegel the Elder and Hieronymus Bosch created masterpieces that captured the essence of daily life, religion, and folklore in the region. Their paintings and those of many others became cornerstones of European art, showcasing the depth and richness of the region's cultural heritage. However, this cultural vibrancy was not the only notable aspect of the Low Countries during the medieval period. The region also played a pivotal role in trade and commerce. Cities like Bruges, Ghent, and Antwerp flourished as important commercial hubs, strategically located at the crossroads of major trade routes. Bruges, in particular, became one of the wealthiest cities in Europe, profiting immensely from its control of the lucrative wool and cloth trade. Its canals bustled with activity as merchants from across the continent came to buy and sell their wares. This economic prosperity, however, did not come without its challenges. The intense competition for trade supremacy led to conflicts between the various Flemish and Dutch cities, as well as with external powers. For instance, the Battle of the Golden Spurs near the city of Kortrijk in 1302 saw the Flemish defeat a French army attempting to assert control over the region. This victory is still commemorated today, underscoring the lasting impact of this struggle for autonomy. Despite these conflicts, the Low Countries continued to thrive, producing some of the most renowned thinkers and scholars of the time. Figures like Desiderius Erasmus, a leading humanist of the Renaissance, helped shape the intellectual landscape of Europe. His critical yet witty approach to religious and social issues challenged long-held beliefs and paved the way for new ideas to take root. Yet this relative peace and prosperity was not destined to last. The region's prominence on the European stage caught the attention of ambitious rulers and foreign powers eager to expand their influence. And as we move into the 15th and 16th centuries, we see the Low Countries caught in the throes of a struggle for dominance that will profoundly shape its history. By the 15th century, the Low Countries had firmly established themselves as a prominent feature in the European economic and political landscape. Cities like Bruges, Ghent, and Ypres, with their bustling trade and craft guilds, had emerged as centers of wealth and commerce. This prosperity, however, did not extend to all segments of society. While merchants and artisans enjoyed relative comfort, poverty and hardship were prevalent among the rural population. This growing disparity laid the foundation for discontent and a yearning for change that would intensify in the following centuries. The cultural vibrancy of the Low Countries during this era was equally remarkable. The region became a hotbed for artistic innovation, giving birth to some of the most influential figures in art history. Artists like Jan van Eyck, with his meticulously detailed paintings, and Peter Bruegel the Younger, known for his evocative landscapes and genre scenes, pushed the boundaries of realism and symbolism. Their works not only defined the artistic trends of the time, but also left an enduring legacy on Western art. Furthermore, the Low Countries made significant contributions to the field of cartography. The invention of the printing press allowed for the mass production of maps, and cartographers like Abraham Ortelius produced some of the most accurate and beautifully illustrated atlases of the time. These geographical works not only served as valuable tools for explorers and traders, but also played a part in shaping the course of global discovery. However, this cultural flourishing was juxtaposed against a backdrop of political turmoil and external pressures. The Burgundian and Habsburg rulers, while promoting economic growth and cultural development, also faced opposition from within and outside the Low Countries. Conflicts with France over territorial disputes and the rising tide of French humanism presented both challenges and opportunities for the region. Meanwhile, the Low Countries were also impacted by the sweeping changes brought about by the Protestant Reformation. The teachings of Martin Luther and other reformers resonated deeply with many, leading to a surge in Protestantism, particularly in the northern provinces. This religious upheaval would eventually culminate in the 80 Years' War, a prolonged and bitter conflict between the northern and southern Netherlands, marking a pivotal moment in the history of the Low Countries. In the ensuing centuries, the Low Countries would face a series of challenges and transformations that would profoundly shape its identity and place in Europe. From the tumultuous events of the French Revolution to the rise of Napoleon and the subsequent Congress of Vienna, Belgium found itself caught in the crosscurrents of European power struggles. The French occupation and the Napoleonic era brought about significant social and political changes, leaving an indelible mark on the region. Despite these upheavals, the Low Countries demonstrated remarkable resilience and adaptability, laying the groundwork for the emergence of modern Belgium. Following the defeat of Napoleon, the Congress of Vienna in 1815 reshaped the political map of Europe, including the Low Countries. Belgium, along with several northern provinces, was united with the Dutch to form the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. However, this union proved to be an uneasy one. Tensions between the two regions over issues such as trade, tariffs, and representation grew steadily. Meanwhile, the rest of Europe was undergoing dramatic changes with the rise of liberalism, nationalism, and democratic ideals. These intellectual movements found fertile ground in Belgium, fostering a sense of distinct national identity and a desire for self-rule. Key figures like the folklorist Victor Bocage and the writer and politician Charles Rogier played a pivotal role in shaping this burgeoning national consciousness. The desire for independence reached a boiling point in 1830 with the Belgian Revolution. Inspired by similar movements across Europe, particularly the July Revolution in France, Belgians from various social classes united to demand autonomy and ultimately independence. The revolution was marked by significant events, like the dissolution of the Belgian Chamber of Representatives and the subsequent establishment of a provisional government. On October, after a period of internal debate and external negotiations, Belgium was officially declared an independent nation. The very next day, the Belgians adopted a constitution establishing a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary system of government. This framework, influenced by liberal ideals, laid the foundation for modern democratic institutions in Belgium. Belgium's journey through history has been one of resilience, adaptation, and remarkable achievements. From its ancient Celtic roots to its modern-day democracy, Belgium has left an indelible mark on European and world history. The country's strategic location and cultural richness have made it a pivotal player on the continent, fostering trade, diplomacy, and artistic innovation. While Belgium's past is filled with periods of great prosperity, it has also endured times of conflict and external domination. The scars of battles and occupations are etched into its soil, serving as reminders of the struggles for independence and sovereignty. Yet despite these challenges, the spirit of liberty and unity has prevailed, shaping Belgium into the independent nation it is today. As we look to the future, Belgium's rich tapestry of history serves as a guiding light, illuminating the path toward continued progress, unity, and international cooperation on the global stage.